Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport, also known as Detroit Metro Airport, is a major international airport in the United States, covering just under 5,000 acres in Romulus, Michigan. It is one of the world's busiest airports, serving as a major hub for Delta Airlines. In fact, it's one of Delta's main gateways to Asia. Detroit Metro's parallel runways were built to take advantage of the prevailing winds in the area. Aircraft must take off and land into the wind. Most of the time, the winds in the area come from the south, so aircraft usually take off and land to the south. This puts the airport in what we call a south flow configuration, or south flow. If the winds change direction, runway use can shift to north flow or even west flow. These changes can happen several times a day, and traffic patterns are also affected by snow, rain, traffic density, or runway construction. We identify runways by numbers and depending upon the runway's location on the airfield in relationship to its compass heading. For example, runway 321 is facing approximately 30 degrees in one direction and 210 degrees in the opposite direction. Parallel runways have the same compass readings and therefore are further designated with an L for left or R for right at the end of the runway number. At Detroit, for example, you will see runway 3 right, 21 left, and runway 3 left, 21 right, as well as 4 right, 22 left, and 4 left, 22 right. Detroit also has 2 east-west parallel runways, runway 9 right, 27 left, and runway 9 left, 27 right. So what happens when a runway is shut down? Runways can close for repairs, snow removal, or safety inspections. A runway closure temporarily shifts traffic to other runways. What about the type of aircraft flown from an airport? Fortunately, some of the noisier aircraft have been retired. The MD-80 series was retired in 2019. Many other older planes have been retired too, making way for newer aircraft with quieter engines. Why do I hear some aircraft taking off and not others? Large aircraft loaded down for long flights often take time to climb to altitude. Because of their weight, they need longer runways for takeoff. Does Detroit try to mitigate noise? Yes. The airport works with the airlines and the FAA to help mitigate noise impacts. For example, if winds and weather permit, FAA air traffic controllers direct aircraft over open areas to minimize noise impacts to residents. This nighttime procedure takes place between the hours of 11:30 p.m. and 6 a.m. Controllers will depart aircraft to the south, where there are fewer homes, and also bring them in from the south, safely separated from other aircraft. This procedure wouldn't work during the day because there is too much traffic to keep the planes safely separated. Aircraft noise is a shared responsibility by the aviation industry. While the FAA plays an important role in safely controlling the traffic, it does not determine how many runways an airport builds, how many people want to fly, or what locations they fly to. The FAA's function is to ensure that the aviation system is safe. Thank you for joining us today. For more information, please visit our community engagement website.